Sheriff, you mentioned the gun. Do we know how the suspects got a hold of the weapon?
Car burglaries. Ain't that right? All the gun laws we got in place didn't prevent it, did it? Neither will any new ones. Because here's the fact. The bad guy's going to get a gun no matter what law you have put in place. These juveniles shouldn't even possess a handgun, but they did.
Now, before I get into my take about this particular video, I just want to say, if you're watching this video right now, be sure to go down and push the thumbs up button, and be sure to share this to your YouTube community if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you happen to be watching this on another platform, be able to share this to your platform as well, so that more people can see this message and understand this message, because the mainstream media isn't going to do it. We're going to have to do it for ourselves. And the only way we can do that and get past the algorithms that like to blackball us or like to shadow ban us in the gun community is to share the content and to like the content, because that means the more people like the content tells the algorithm to show it to more people. More people share the video, more people see the video. So go ahead, hit that share button, and then go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and let more people see this video. Now, about this sheriff, it is incredibly refreshing to hear a sheriff speak this way. You know, usually anytime we talk about violence committed with firearms, it's the same thing. They blame the gun. We need more gun control. We need to pass this law to ban this gun, to ban that high capacity magazine, and all this other nonsense. And we literally understand that criminals are always going to find a way to get their hands on firearms. But the biggest issue is the lack of accountability that we seemingly don't want to place on people who engage in criminality.
That this group of juveniles were involved in committing burglaries and robberies, which they were referred to as a lick. But the fact is, society fails it. We do not hold our juveniles accountable. We minimize their actions.
I don't understand it. We don't do this with any other object or tool in this country except for the firearm. Anytime somebody does something bad with a gun, we blame the gun. If somebody does something bad with the car, we blame the person. If somebody does something bad with a knife, we blame the person. If somebody does something bad with any other tool, we blame the person. But when it comes to firearms, for some odd reason, we blame the firearm.
I know each of you in the media here and viewers out there probably heard us in law enforcement or even in community events talk about what is the problem. And I'm going to go ahead and address the first thing that I know it's going to come up, because there are individuals out there viewing, and to include some of you media, that want to blame the one thing that has no ability or the capacity to commit the crime itself, and that's the gun. These individuals committed the crime.
Somebody want to let me know when firearms became these amorphous beings of humanity and light, that they can breathe and they have souls and they think all of a sudden they can act on their own? They clearly can't. I started a whole campaign on social media called Still Waiting. And the whole concept of it is, I have a gun that sits on the table and I'm still waiting for it to get up and actually commit a crime on its own. Because every time we have this conversation, we're blaming the firearm. Why are we blaming a tool for the actions of humans? And you see this consistently. But no, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to address that, because we've allowed ourselves to be tricked into believing that the guns are the issue. The people are the issue. The guns don't do anything if it's not influenced by the person. The person has to pick up a firearm and actually engage in the action. But for some reason, we don't talk about that. We say we need gun control. We need to pass this law. We need background checks. Criminals are going to get guns. People just have to understand that criminals are going to get guns. They're out there. There's 400 million of them in this country. They're going to find a way to get guns. The people in this particular story, the criminals in this story, they got the guns by stealing them. They stole the firearms. So what makes you think that any law is going to prevent them from getting their hands on guns? They're breaking a law to break another law. It's illegal for them to have guns, so they break one law to acquire the thing they're not supposed to legally have anyway. How do you create a law for this safe